In much of Japan, flowering cherry trees called sakura come into full bloom around the beginning of April. People celebrate the coming of the blossoms with an event called hanami. This is when people come out to have picnics beneath the cherry trees to enjoy the beauty of the blossoms. These hanami celebrations with the cherry blossoms have inspired Japanese art, poetry, and music for many centuries. A unique trait for the cherry blossoms is how their progress can be followed as the trees blossom, starting in the south of Japan and moving north as the temperatures warm in spring. The first blossoms can begin in January in Okinawa in the south, and will reach Tokyo by the end of March or the beginning of April. Japan has more types of cherry trees than any other country, over 200 varieties in all. The most common variety is the cherry blossom tree with white blossoms. It is famous for the sakura snow that blankets the ground when the blossoms fall. The blooms mean the end of the cold, stark winter and the beginning of the warmer spring months. Because of this, the blossoms symbolize the idea of rebirth. Cherry blossoms only bloom for about 2 weeks. This short lifespan of color reminds people how very brief life can be. Note the simplicity of a lot of these Japanese paintings. They have few lines or colors. The cherry blossoms and their pink color really add a contrast and focus to the simple lines of these paintings. Many of these Japanese artworks are long and skinny because they are painted on scrolls. Scrolls are long, narrow strips of paper that are rolled up for storage. There are several examples of cherry blossoms in Japanese art. Many Japanese paintings use the image of cherry blossoms along with birds, rivers, and other symbols of nature. The Japanese culture has a great respect for the strength and beauty of nature. Their paintings reflect this idea.